What are the first steps that you should be taking as a first-time home buyer here in San Diego? And a lot of this stuff actually applies to wherever you live in the United States, but I'll specifically talk about here in San Diego. And some of the first steps, right? There's about 10 to 15 different things you're going to be doing throughout the entire process here, but the first two steps are very crucial. And this is something that you could do, I would recommend 6 months before you actually start and decide to buy a house. And the first one being is you want to find a real estate agent that is going to be your guide, your resource, right? There's a lot of real estate agents in San Diego. A lot of them are going to tell you that they're going to be the hardest working, that they're going to get back to you, that they're going to do everything in their power to get you the house. And that's the baseline, right? Every agent should be doing that regardless. But I think a lot of times what it comes down to is that you're going to want to choose a real estate agent that aligns with your goals, right? If you're trying to buy a house as an investment property, well, guess what? You should probably choose a real estate agent that has done investments, that's very well versed in that field. But if you're just trying to find a house that you are trying to live in for the next 20 years, work with someone that's been doing it for a long time, that they can understand the process, that they've bought a house themselves. They understand all of the pressure that goes into this because they can give you their honest take on all of the information that you need to be made aware of before putting a lot of money into this property of yours. So choosing the right agent that aligns with your goals, with the experience and a vast amount of knowledge, right? Quiz them, test them a little bit. And if they're not up to par, guess what? There are thousands and thousands of agents out there that can do the job for them and make sure that they're taking this job very seriously. So that's the first step, is finding the agent. The second step is talking to a mortgage lender. And this is not the sexy part of this whole process here. A lot of times people put this off because they understand they have to reveal their tax information and their bank accounts. And I totally get it. The mortgage lender needs to see all that information though, in order to evaluate what the financial landscape is going to be for you moving forward when it comes to purchasing a property. And they're going to tell you exactly what you're going to be able to afford, all the expenses included. And why this is important to do before you even start looking for a property is because if you start looking for a home and let's say you fall in love with it, they're going to be the ones to tell you whether or not, first off, you can afford it. You don't want to get your expectations set so high that eventually you realize, oh my God, I cannot afford this now because the mortgage lender told me this. So they set your expectations. They're going to give you a financial landscape to understand what it's going to take, which gives you enough time going into buying that house as to how much you need to save, because it's not just buying the house. Then you got to remember that you have to furnish the house. Then you're going to have to pay some taxes on that house. And then there's going to be all these different things that come up. So they are going to be the ones to guide you this entire process. And throughout the process of buying a house, you're going to be in close communication with them as well. So building that relationship and also choosing a mortgage lender that also aligns with your goals too, right? Because like I said, an agent is extremely important. A mortgage lender is just as, if not more important in some situations. So that's really crucial. And if you have any questions about which lenders to reach out to, I have a couple of different ones I'd recommend to you. Again, it depends on your personal situation, but feel free to reach out if you need anything from me.